I'm very glad to be here to present our activity of the Panasonic collaborative R&D. And the better life in a better world is in fact our new slogan from the thank you new president Mr. Tsuga. Here I show you the content of my presentation. And in the beginning, I explained where new Panasonic is moving, because this last two years we have a big loss in my company, and then after the July in last year, new President Tsuga has been many changing to recover our company. So at first I will show you our situation, and after that to realize that future R&D also play a big role. So to do so, our approach to realize such kind of R&D, we adopted the open innovation method. So after that, I show you our activity of the open innovation. This is a message of from Tsuga in a Panasonic business policy meeting in this fiscal year. And so far, Panasonic had concentrated on the consumer electronics. But right now, the Panasonic is not just the TV maker. So far, we have many assets of the technology technology and business model in the consumer electronics, and we use this asset to expand our business in the various industry area. For example, the housing and society and the business and journey and the automobile. And we provide we collaborate with the partner company in those areas, and then to create a better life to each customers. And from this April, our business group consists of the 4 companies. One is the appliance companies, and the electric solution company, and the ANSYS network company, and the automotive and the industrial system company. So those companies cover the new industrial area. This is showing our four strategic area in our business, and we are now addressed as a group. One is the residence space, and the second one is the non-residence space, the mobility, and the personal. In that case, we set up the cloud is a very key technology to go beyond go expanding in those areas in the business. For example, in a residence space, connecting with the appliance good, they request the new function or new design for the original appliance good. So that causes a new business. And so for the non-resident space, the connection with the product that might give us the solution or service business. For mobility area, by using the cloud, we're going to expand the business in the automobile and the aviation more. And for personal, the connection with this product might give us a new business for the accessory or applications. So as a first step, we're going to focus on the 2 space, residential space and the mobility first, because those areas is maybe the very adequate for the transfer of our asset of the technology of the consumer electronics. Then I show you the mission of the R&D, corporate R&D. So what should R&D create? The mission of the R&D is to create a technology to sustain the future business, maybe in 5 years or 10 years later. However, we are facing with very big problems. First one is the short product lifetime. In this, especially for the digital product. If the product can be made by anyone, immediately those market will be red ocean. And the second one is the uncertainty of the research themes for the future business. Probably at this moment, no one can say there was a guarantee of this topics is promising or not. So those two problems really have a headache of the think about the new topics. This slide shows some evidence for the short product lifetime. So as I told you, the digitalization has brought the high price competition. So the investment of the recovery has been getting hard. So left side shows the example of the record player, and the right side is the mobile phone. So this is the price, and this is the years. As you can see, the half-life of the VH video is around 10 years. However, for DVD player case, half-life is 4 years. And the DVD record case, even worse, and the half-life is 2 years. And in the mobile phone case, this axis is the number of the unit in the market, and this one also the years. Here I show the period between the beginning of the market and also the time of the maximum numbers. As you can see, this period also getting decreased, even if the function of the mobile phone is getting better and better. However, this kind of the short lifetime is occurred. So how do we overcome this kind of problem? So strategy of R&D is also of course, we have to follow the strategy of our group. So we're going to focus on the 2 areas as topics. One is housing, and the other is automobile. And that's also connected by the crowd to give us some service or our new business for the collaborating with the B2B partner and give the better life to the customers. And also we have to think about how to overcome the current problems. So there may be many methods. However, right here I show you our one of methods, which is the adopting the open innovation. Here as open innovation, we tried 3 different approaches. One is the academia, and the other is collaborating with the ventures, and the third one is collaborating with the R&D partners. Here I show you the current problem as I mentioned before. So to overcome this current problem, I think the following 3 items are necessary. First one is high-speed R&D to transfer the product to the market as fast as possible, because we need take some advantage, first movers advantage. And second one is since we don't know the which topics is are promising or not, so we should do the many attention by the new themes. And third one is implementation of the ecosystem. I guess this goes this will bring the how say two things. One is one is that no one company can make all of technology for the product in this day. So the ecosystem is maybe necessary, and also we need a high barrier to entry of the competitor company. So to realize these three items, I'm sure the open innovation is necessary. Yeah, so far we have done the three type of the approach as open innovation, collaboration with the academia. In this case, mainly the academia is our university, and we work with some professor. The professor has a very high level, skill, and so we ask him or collaborate with the try to very aggressive themes, and then we better several topics to the different professor or different university. The collaboration, second was the collaboration with the ventures. In this case, we use the corporate venturing, and then we adopt the technology to make our whole system. Sometimes their technology is complementary of our technology, so it's a kind of small size ecosystem. And also, in that case, we pay the money to buy the time instead of the R&D by myself. And third one is collaboration with a R&D partner. Usually, the R&D partner has their own technology, and also they have a nice facility. So if we have nice topics, we can collaborate with those partners, and then we combine their technology and our technology using their facility. So it's called the asset-light R&D, and also since they have a nice technology, so they can easily make an ecosystem. So let me show you those three items using the concrete topics. This is one example of the collaboration with academia. I showed Stanford University. Maybe you know more than I. But several years ago, we joined the ME 310, which is the academia industry program. And then we sent our employee to this program and studying under the Professor Larry Leifert. To my knowledge, this program has a following policy. One is the creation of the new concept for the instrument, and also validation by the rapid prototyping. I heard this concept is the origin of the IDEO. So those has collaboration with the university. We learned some idea or some concept of the user interface.
Do you mind if I follow through? So this means you're helping to support that program. You're giving them project ideas.
Yeah, we carry our own project idea.
And are you actually sending people to participate in this? Do you know?
Yes. In fact, we have a laboratory in Cupertino, and the member of that office joined this program. Yeah. Sometimes, our member also visit here, but not regularly. Here's one example for the using the new interface for the remote controller. We call the easy touch remote. As you can see, this kind of the remote control like a game style, but you see that there are very few buttons compared to the conventional remote control of the TV set. And also they use both hands. So there are many combination to do so. So this remote control is very easy to use the control display. Now, unfortunately, this one is not a product yet, but some of the parts are really transferred, the product.
Is that something done in Professor Leifer's class? Or is that
maybe a
unconnected?
little indirectly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the idea is sometimes directly or indirectly, yeah. And this one is a holographic display. And the technology of the holographic is used for the 3D display. And also the natural free space interface is a kind of new UI, like a gesture UI. So using this kind of the concept, we can design of the town, and also the small size cases, small type of mobile phone designing. And the third one is a gesture UI applied to the automobile. So consistent and a simple UI and the interaction model to reduce the driver's distraction. So probably this kind of the user interface is available at the time the cloud also the probably the working with the those UI. Another example of the collaboration with academia, so-called industry on campus. It was proposed by the Osaka University in Japan. It's close to my company's head office. The policy is that hand in hand with the industry, Osaka University stressed the creativity and the new frontier for the industry. They made a collaborative research center at this building. So this building exists in the campus. However, the theme of this center is coming from the industry. And then they provide us some office, just office. And then the company send the people to those office and bring in the theme. And the resource is so industry and the university. So that we can ask the university professor, or we can use the student too. The place is of the university, and the facility is mainly we can use the university facility. But sometimes we carry in our facility too. And so the technology is some mixing between the university and the industry. Now, we have started from this center from the April in the last year. Next one is a collaboration with ventures. Yeah, as collaborating with the ventures, we're doing the corporate venturing. since the 1998, which is done the Bay Area in the United States and also Osaka, Japan. In that case, we became an insider of the Silicon Valley venture community by doing the minority investment in startup companies. As a shareholder, we promote the strategic collaboration, such as a joint development. This is our Cupertino office. Today, the two guys are from this office. So if you have some questions, they can answer there. Here I show you the corporate venturing framework of the operation. So first step is the searching for the good or high potential startups. And the second one is if it works well, we're going to promote or support to the collaboration with those venture company. And then as a third step, we're going to do the strategic investment. And finally, we'll move on to the monitor of the portfolio management to maximize the investment in our technology point of view. Here I show you the policy of the portfolio. We define the two axes as a portfolio. One is the growth axis, and the other is the technology axis. As a growth axis, we consider the progress of each venture companies, so private and or M&A or publics. As a technology axis, we have five kinds of the area. One is the network communication, a semiconductor chipset, the service and software, and the energy and healthcare, and the materials and the electronic devices. So using those portfolio, we think this is called the less investment loss, and also the broad coverage of the technologies. Here I show you the number of the company for each field. So totally right now the 16 companies. And I'm sorry I can't tell you the name of the companies, but right now we have this kind of the companies working with them. And the third one is a collaboration with our R&D partner. As an R&D partner, I introduced the collaboration with IMEC. IMEC now they belong to the Belgium. However, they have a big facility in Leuven, Belgium, and also the Eindhoven in Holland. They have a following advantage. One is the world's greatest open innovation. There are a huge number of people, and there are many companies that belong to it. So their technology hub for the ecosystem, and also that they have nice facilities. Panasonic has joined this program from the 2004. Here I show you the program for the full ecosystem. Green radio for the communication, human plus with ban over life sensors, life science, the sensor system, and the energy, including the photovoltaic or power devices. This core CMOS is a main programs. And the CMOS for the MEMS or sensors, and the organic electronics. It's a kind of the flexible electronics using the foils. By joining this program, we have several achievements. So from now on, I show you some achievement in concretely. This one is achievement by the core CMOS program. We have done the world's first volume production or mass production for the system LSI. One is a 14 nanometer low power process at 2007. In that process, we adopt the foreign technologies, ARF immersion lithography, and also the stellane technology by using the silicon germanium. It's going to apply to the H.264 over 3D graphics. Second one is just 32 nanometer gate first process at the 2010. That also used the ARF immersion lithography, and we use an extremely low K material, which has the 2.4. And also we have a special structure using the hafnium high K material and also metal gate. That system LSI is used for the Blu-ray recorders. And those two mass production were done at the Woz factory in Japan. Next example is the one using the MEMS technology. First one is a MEMS resonator. This is a cross section of the resonator, and we use the triangle pole like this, and using the torsion vibration mode, which gives us the very, very high Q factors and also the low voltage driving. This is a technology from the Panasonic. And then IMEC has the technology of the ultra small package using the silicon germanium thin film. So combining these technologies, we achieve the very high, high Q factors and also nice resonator. It was presented in the IDM 2010. Second example of the MEMS technology is the electrostatic energy harvester for the automotive, especially in the oil. And this is a cross-section of the harvester. The point technology is two things. One is the very stable electrolyte, and the other is the silicon spring. So electrolyte keep the electrostatic charge between the silicon oxide and silicon nitride. They are covered this surface area. And this is a kind of condenser, and they are moving this way, and then the charge, the energy in the condenser carry transfer to this electrode to the outside. So we achieved the 500 microwatt at 2G and 1 kilohertz. We use a shock-induced resonance. This one also announced, present at the Transducer 2013. And the next two examples is healthcare devices. First one is the a lab chip for direct SNP detection. The size is just half of the name card, but which includes the every function within such small area. For example, they have a mixer or a PCR. PCR is a polymerization chain reactor, or filter, and just a pump and a bubble and detector. Generally, if you use the conventional method, it takes the 2 or 3 days to obtain the result. At least, probably the one day is necessary. However, using this chipset, it's going to take just 1 hour. And also, if you do if this kind of chips is available, we're going to make a tailor-made medical treatment. Here's a cross-section of the chip. Then I put in the blood, one drop of blood, put in here, and then they pump to this reactor. And in the reactor, they have a reagent, and then from blood to decompose to the DNA. And then after filtering the DNA, only DNA which has the SNP. By using a reagent, the number of the SNP DNA is amplified. Then they detect so this one is a whole system on these small chips.
I've got to ask you a question.
Sure.
For size comparison, you're showing 1 European cent, right? That's a very small coin that's used in the EU. Is there a European connection for this?
Yeah, maybe this work with the IMEC.
Okay, in
Yeah,
IMEC.
yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. And second one is actually so this is kind of the joint press with the IMEC about the EEG sensor, which measures the brain wave. And the application of this one is a kind of difficult one, but in the first application is used for the tuning of the hearing aid. The people, of course, say honestly. However, sometimes tuning the hearing aid are different from the real situation. So by measuring the brain wave, we can we can get a result reproducibility. So we use this device, and this is a new device for the headset. So it's a kind of cool, right? And they have a 8 channel. So to measure the brain wave, there are many kinds of signal can be obtained. Okay, last 2 examples are flexible electronics. The first one is OLED lighting tiles. Here we really maintain the technology, which is the printing, and also use the flexible substrate, because we have to care about the cost. So first one is OLED, flexible OLED on the plastic. And the second one is OLED on the metal foil. In this case, probably the copper. They just started from this year, so the efficiency is not so high. However, it's already started on the reliability and the humidity. So this is the OLED in the bowl of the water. The second one is the flexible display, 4-inch full color, top emission flexible active matrix OLED. So this case also we have a printing technology of the OLED part, and then IMEC at the time have a technology for the oxide TFT on the foil. So we combined with the other technology, and then we realized this flexible display. The specification is shown in this table, and right now the minimum radius of the bending is the 10 millimeter. In this case, also we really focus on the 4 kinds of technologies. One is that we want to keep the top emission structure, and the second one is low temperature to use as a low-cost substrate, and also the sealing against the oxygen or humidity. And this is the end of my examples. And instead of summarize my talk, let me say again about our intention to the future. Here's the same strategic area as a beginning. Then here I show you the concept image in the future. So for the residence area, we're going to provide a better life for the happiness. And for the non-residence area, we're going to provide the engineering the better worlds for the environment or energy. And for the mobility, we're going to provide a better world for the comfort. And the personal area, we're going to provide the designing a better life. So would you like to deliver a better life, a better world to customers in the world? Thank you for your attention.
So we're going to take some time for Q&A. I'd like to start off. Can I ask you to tell a little bit more about the role of being fellow of Panasonic Corporation? Are you advising people on decisions about technologies to invest in, or what's involved?
It's a very difficult question.
I start with the hard ones.
In fact, I can define it by myself. So right now, we have a big project for working with the company, outside the company or outside institute. Mm-hmm. So right now, I try to make some bridge between the company or the institute outside.
Okay, so really bridging between the company and the outside partners or the ventures or the academics?
Yes.
Okay, now I know why Dr. Ueda insisted you would be the right person for this. With all of the uncertainties about technologies,
yes.
Right, you're having to identify not only technologies to work with, but also partners to work with. Mm-hmm. What kind of things go into considering, like whether to work with IMEC on these medical devices or whether to do the work here in the States or somewhere else?
Yeah, I had some experience to work with the other company or other institute. And sometimes, succeed, sometimes fail. Yeah, I was just wondering what's the reason, what's the difference between them. And then right now, what I can say is that some good relation, not to company, mm-hmm. maybe people to people, is a very, very important. And also, of course, it's a natural thing, but win-win relation. How can I keep the win-win relation? That's necessary.
Yeah. So especially at the beginning of a project, though, you don't know what it's really going to be like to work with the people unless you have some sort of experience with them, right? Mm-hmm. Is there any way you can hedge that risk?
Yeah. No. The case we succeed. In those, at the time, we take a risk. We take a risk first. So for example, the collaboration with the other company, sometimes we're going to make a joint development. So we send several people to there, and also the other company also sends some people, right? At the time, the company don't send the best people, because best people working in their own company.
Yeah, on other projects.
Yeah, right. However, at the time we send the best one, then collaboration was getting better and better. So I think that's one way to keep the win-win situation.
Okay. So there's one other question that I really want to ask before I open it to the floor, and that is about inside the research and development group, inside the R&D group. A lot of these new ideas require bringing together different knowledge from different parts of the group. Mm-hmm. Are there kind of mechanisms in place in Panasonic for the different groups to talk to each other? Or how are new projects formed up?
Yeah, now we try to make such kind of the interaction opportunity as much as possible. In fact, from Tsuga, he declared that for the group, we need a cross value. It's very, very important because right now we have only 4 companies to play as a business. And then each company is, in fact, very big company. So if they want to close their own company, they can do so.
Yeah.
However, the interaction for between the different companies, many chance to produce a new product, right? So right now the company itself try to make many opportunity to make such kind of interaction.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's open up the floor. Bevan, you first.
What kind of a budget in percentage of Panasonic's total budget for your R&D?
Oh.
Is that announced, or is it?
Is that
a lot of companies announce it publicly if it's a public company, but.
Probably the open number is for not only the R&D of my area, probably R&D or development for the whole group.
Yeah.
Panasonic whole group. It's about $5,000 million or something like that.
$5 billion would be the amount in numbers.
Yeah.
Would you guess that's more or less than 10% of total revenue?
Oh, yeah, yes. Less 7. Yes, 10%, less than 10%.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Which, given the diversity of Panasonic is not a surprise, right? But this kind of open activity where you've tried to open out to new partnerships with universities and so forth, how new is that? When did that really start to become more popular in Panasonic?
Oh, now they are, we have a venture group there or some organization which has some responsibility to find some new technology on the outside, and also they try to connect each other. So we have some kind of function.
Okay. Yeah. Let's open the floor again.
I'm a PhD student in medical science and engineering. My PhD dissertation justifies the ever-prominent role of a major OEM company as an R&D collaborator. So this talk was closely related with my research interests. My question is, how does Panasonic plan to manage its knowledge base once it's acquired? how will Panasonic's R&D policy translate to its goal of reducing supply risk? Or does Panasonic just plan to commoditize its knowledge base like Broadcom and just keep a portfolio of
What do
knowledge
you mean
base?
by commoditizing the knowledge base?
So,
Explain that a little more.
so it seems to me that, you know, the research is so diverse and, you know, so across, I mean, so large economies and sectors that, I mean, I would like to understand, I mean, how directly related are these for, you know, Panasonic's markets or Panasonic suppliers? That is, yeah. Or is Panasonic just, you know, doing this R&D for the sake of R&D to sell it as, you know, knowledge base?
Right now, each company has a own R&D group, and then
The four companies, right?
Yes. So within the how to say 5 years business, with the 5 years business from now on, they have a responsibility to do by myself. So right now the responsibility of the corporate R&D is to make new topics to produce a new business, other than the one for companies is not working. So yeah, it's a very broad. So it's very hard, you know, which one is you know, correct or not. So at the time we have to definitely focus on which area we should go. So that's right now our big problem to decide. Yeah.
So also in terms of knowledge base, you're talking people, not just patents and so forth, right? What is Panasonic's attitude toward, say, hiring people from outside, or, you know, once a collaboration is finished, what happens to the people who are involved in it?
Oh, the people from Panasonic?
Yeah.
Oh, they will move to the different
Next project.
Yes,
Yeah.
or different area. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
As a fellow in Panasonic, what keeps you up at night now?
What do you worry about?
Yeah. As I told you, I can define by myself my role. So I always, you know, think about, am I right? You know, am I do a right thing or not? You know. So always I ask me by myself, you know, am I correct or not? So, because sometimes, of course, I have to think about the new technology, but all of people already working. So, you know, there are some, you know, competitive, and also usually people who are working very hard they don't like the new technology. So they want to keep their own, you know, the technology they are working already. So it's very hard to change their mind.
Getting people to switch over, to kill one project and start another. Yeah, I think that must be the hardest job in R&D management. Other questions?
So you talk about 3 different types of collaboration for R&D and innovations. Can you generalize and say talk about some of the key factors for success in a collaborative relationship? I mean, you talk about win-win, but yeah, can you be more specific?
Yeah, that's a difficult one too. It's not how to say a rule. However, when you look at the spectra, technology spectra point of view, probably the academia is narrowest, and next one is probably venture group, a venture company, and our partner has kind of broad area. So if you apply the new topics, working with these 3 kind of a partner, you know, which one you need, you know. If you need a more, you know, narrow spectra, maybe you should go to the university or some professor. But if you, you know, make a product to transfer their market as fast as possible, maybe you should go the some partner company or something like that.
Your horizon, like how far you look ahead. With academia, you probably are looking ahead. Further ahead.
Yes, that's right.
So.
Very long, yes. So at the time, probably our industry make effort as much possible. Otherwise, they don't care about the business so much. The professor really likes their own research, so we have to work very hard. Yeah.
Do you see Panasonic having different expectations for the young people it hires into R&D? Are they expecting more English language skills? Or are they expecting other kind of skills that didn't used to be there?
Yeah. You can see my English. So definitely the English is necessary.
Necessary, but are you seeing changes? Is Panasonic intentionally trying to hire more foreigners, for instance?
Yeah, probably they will hire more, foreign people than the Japanese people. Yeah, because we care about the more global expansion. So from this couple years ago, we're gonna increase the number of the people from the foreign company, foreign country. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I've worked for Panasonic in Osaka, and I've used many of your products. I love the company because the products are very robust and high quality, but I wonder, from your words, what are the core competencies of Panasonic, being such a diverse company? When you get together with your business team and you talk about your business plan, moving away from the cell phones and digital electronics because it's such short time frame, right? You must be talking about your core competencies of the company. I'm curious, from your perspective, what are they?
Right now, the core thing I can say is our asset of the technology of the consumer electronics. Yes, but there are a lot. The products are very diverse. So what I want to say is that we're gonna expand the industry area. I mean the B2C, the number of B2C is maybe maintained. However, the number of the business of the B2B is increased to using our core, technology or core asset.
Let me kind of follow up on that with, some of your slides show that the cloud is very important to these new areas of growth. For Panasonic, what's the cloud? Is the company mostly a cloud user? Are you providing data center services? Or what's the cloud for the company?
It's a video, right? It's my personal opinion.
Yeah, and frankly, this is personal opinion. Okay. You don't have to, anything, disclaimer should have been said. Yeah, this is your personal opinion.
Yeah, in fact, still we are thinking about, user or your provider. But basically, we're a manufacturing company. So probably we have to use the cloud as a technology, and then we have to improve our product. If our product connect with the network, to optimize the system, maybe we have to change some function or design or so those stuff. If those are changing, it happened, maybe we can make a new business area. Yeah.
And that's another factor for timing with the market,
right?
Right. Everyone knows that cars are becoming more interconnected and other things are becoming more interconnected, but when does the air conditioner become interconnected, right?
How involved is Panasonic in creating its future also suppliers, and let it be equipment suppliers, material suppliers? These R&D is done for creating the future businesses, I guess it should go hand in hand with creating the future suppliers, right, and the future marketplace. So what kind of initiatives are going on?
So the question is, joint development leads to a supplier relationship, and so what kind of, is there a set process for that? Is that your, okay.
So can it limit to the open innovation or normal business style or?
Either way. And again, this is personal.
Yeah, generally, of course, we have a marketing group, so they know already. They know what they try to know what happened in the market. So sometimes they request us some new product, and also each company has a R&D, and they have already making a new technology. So we're looking at both sides, and then we decide, okay, we go this way or that way. Yeah, and around the case, we are we're using the information of the technology trend and also the market trend using the outside, some sort of institute or or we're doing by ourselves, and then. And look at the society and look at the trend of the technology. We're going to decide, okay, we'll take this one. Yeah.
Bob, did you have one?
Oh, yeah. So in one of your early slides, I want to make sure I understood it correctly. I'm not sure I did. It was in addressing the problem of the ever-shortening life cycle of products and how you deal with that. And there was a line that said something about introducing many themes to the market, or I think the word was themes. And so my question is that referring to, I would contrast, say, what you might call the Apple model with the Samsung model. And sorry to use a bad word.
Well, no, go ahead and explain what you mean.
This was a recent article I read, it was very interesting. Apple always focuses on bringing out one or most two new products at a time. It comes out with an iPhone, maybe the last example, 5S, 5C. But to put everything into that product and assume they understand what the market wants and they will put all their development. Samsung will introduce many models of smartphones and let the market pick which they think is the best, and some will fall by the wayside, some will be very successful. So is that your idea, that you would introduce multiple variations of a product and try to let the market sort it out rather than predict what the market wants? Did I understand that correctly?
So actually, while you're thinking about that, I want to comment because years ago in one of these seminars, somebody was comparing Sony and NEC, two big Japanese electronics companies, pointed out that Sony tried to hit home runs with single products, and that NEC gave awards to its R&D people for finding the most new things you could do with a new technology. So it's very similar kind of, sort of cultural difference between the two approaches. Yeah.
Both companies do. And I didn't, wondered whether I had understood when you said.
How does that apply?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that graph is the, true for our company size. If Samsung case, of course, they also use a digital product, and also they also struggle with this high price competition. However, they have enough investment for their factory, or they can continue the investment. That's one way for them, for Samsung to win. In the Apple case, are different, I think. If you compare to the digital product or the analog product, the analog product is very stronger than the digital product. As for the price competition, because they have not easy. Analog product cannot easily, made by anyone. So they keep the price, and I guess the applicants, of course, they earn the money from the hardware. However, their how to say, user interface or such kind of stuff is a kind of the analog area, not the UI. This is my opinion. UI is not a digital area. UI is probably the analog area because it's very dependent on the feeling or So they are very strong about that area. So they succeed with the those models, I guess.
Interesting. Yeah. Go ahead.
I noticed in your project you have the semiconductor work in your portfolio. Since semiconductor right now, your 45 nanometer is way behind. But, so with Panasonic's amount of device requirement, can you really afford a very expensive semiconductor manufacturer?
Yes, yes. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, we also very struggle with the business of the semiconductor. So now we about the system aside, we now focus on only the designing. We don't so completely fab light or fabless.
5 years from now, what will Panasonic look like? Will it change?
Good.
Will Panasonic be pretty much the same kind of company 5 years from now, or will it really seem different, do you think?
Oh, they're probably different. From now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
5 years later, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we have changed.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So according to your presentation and according to our knowledge, Panasonic is clear, it's very innovative with high R&D investment every year. But I'm very curious why in recent years, not only Panasonic but also Toshiba and Sony and Sharp, and they all suffered very huge losses. So can you explain why they are very innovative but with bad market performance? So what's your opinion?
Right. Maybe you know the
Kind of innovators.
yes. But in Japan, right now there are two kinds. Hitachi and Toshiba, Mitsubishi. They're one group probably, and the Sony and the Panasonic and the Sharp is another different group because the latter group is mainly work on the consumer electronics. Yeah, and the other, first one is how to say, not only consumer, maybe the B2B is the main business. So they will move to the more how to say stable market. Not easy to join. However, after join, it's a very stable area. So the second group probably those companies how to say, find more how to say B2B or those how to say business area. I guess they'll move to there. Yeah.
Other questions? Go ahead.
I used to enjoy your product as well as Sony, right? You are always developing very, advanced product. But those days, in order to do that, not only R&D, probably you need more advanced, different type of people. Like in Silicon Valley, people change the job frequently, right? And so as in Samsung, I think most key people is not typical Korean educated people from here. Many Japanese companies, like typically your company, Sony, most employees, most lifetime, most of people, right? They join the company for 20, 30 years. Very difficult to create, develop innovative product. Panasonic is going to change, adding more people from here, from different countries. Otherwise, I think your company is going to be same, no change. So probably not only R&D, you have to find a way to change the people, adding people. And it's not easy for traditional company.
Yeah.
Are you going to change in the future?
Yes, we're going to change because not only my company, but also the several company also, Japanese company also think about the diversity or, they want more, how to say, new blood to join the a new blood or different idea. That's kind of mixing.
Sounds like a crazy idea. Maybe hire 100 people from and create R&D. Then your company will be changed.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Actually, there are a lot of initiatives like that. Go ahead.
Well, I actually have one question about the Panasonic display, which I think I heard back last year, Panasonic has announced that it stopped making display for plasma TV. And just now in one of your slides, I saw you have OLED for, I think, some kind of display. So what is your strategy in the display business?
Wow. Very tough. Yeah, maybe it's already have announced openly. So far we have a business of the panel business and also the set business. We have two businesses so far. But right now we feel that it's very hard to do the panel business by our own company. So our strategy is that we keep the set business using the module, display module, maybe buying other company. But about the panel business, definitely we have to find some partner, like open innovation for the,
So the flip side of open innovation is not just bringing in from outside, it's spinning out in the right way.
Yeah, that's right. April, our business group consists of the 4 companies. One is the appliance companies, and the electric solution company, and the ANSYS network company, and the automotive and the industrial system company. So those companies cover the new industrial area. This is the showing our four strategic area in our business, and we are now addressed as a group. One is the residence space, and the second one is the non-residence space, the mobility, and the personal. In that case, we set up the cloud is a very key technology to go beyond go expanding in those areas in the business. For example, in a residence space, connecting with the appliance good, they request the new function or new design for the original appliance good. So that causes a new business. And so for the non-resident space, the connection with the product that might give us the solution. I'm very glad to be here to present our activity of the Panasonic collaborative R&D. And the better life in a better world is in fact our new slogan from the thank you new president Mr. Tsuga. Here I show you the content of my presentation, and in the beginning I explained where new Panasonic is moving, because this last two years we have a big loss in my company, and then after July in last year, new President Tsuga has been many changing to recover our company. So at first I will show you some our situation, and after that to realize that future R&D also they play a big role. So our service business. For mobility area, by using the cloud, we're going to expand the business in the automobile and aviation more. And for personal, the connection of these products might give us a new business for the accessory of applications. So as a first step, we're going to focus on the two space, residential space and the mobility first, because those areas is maybe the very adequate for the transfer of the asset of the technology of the consumer electronics. Then I show you the mission of the R&D, corporate R&D. So what should R&D create? The mission of the R&D is to create a technology to sustain the future business, maybe in 5 years or 10 years later. However, we are facing with very big problems. First one is the short product lifetime. To do so, our approach to realize such kind of R&D, we adopted the open innovation method. So after that, I show you our activity of the open innovation. This is a message of from Tsuga in a Panasonic business policy meeting in this fiscal year. And so far, Panasonic had concentrated on the consumer electronics. But right now, the Panasonic is not just the TV maker. So far, we have many assets of the technology of the technology and business model in the consumer electronics. And we use this asset to expand our business in the various industry area. For example, the housing and society and the business and journey and the automobile. And we provide we collaborate with the partner company in those areas, and then to create a better life to each customers. And from this, especially for the digital product, if the product can be made by anyone, immediately those market will be a red ocean. And the second one is uncertainty of the research themes for the future business. Probably at this moment, no one can say about the guarantee of this topics is promising or not. So those two problems really have a headache of think about the new topics. This slide shows some evidence for the short product lifetime. So as I told you, digitalization has brought the high price competition. So the investment of the recovery has been getting hard. So left side shows the example of the record player, and the right side is the mobile phone. So this is the price, and this is the years. As you can see, the half-life of the VH video is around 10 years. However, for DVD player case, half-life is 4 years. And the DVD